hopefully y'all can hear me. Take my screen off a little bit. Give me 1 second. I need something to blow. Okay. Let me turn this down. Actually, maybe a little something in the background, and you can hear my washing machine ASMR. It is a paid actor. It is a paid actor. My skin looks way better on camera than it does in real life. Let's just say that. I have these little eye masks that burns, to be honest. It says apply to clean under eye area. I may just save this for next week. But typically on Fridays, and it can extend to Saturday. Sundays, I'm usually like not doing self care as much. I usually start on Fridays. I'll take a shower with like these little steamers, shower steamers. I'll get like a calming bath, and then I have eucalyptus, and I had lavender in my bathroom. Light a candle, turn off the lights, and use one of these. And then I'll pop me some popcorn to watch a movie, and that's self care for me. Then we start with the cleaning child. But let me get. I thought I had a glass. Give me a second. Okay. So if you were 18, I limited this for 18. Older, I'm just gonna pour me a glass of wine. Just for the vibes, right? I'm not big on those type of beverages, but for occasions I'll bring it out. At a certain time, it is kind of late in the day, so get your snacks if you drink. Sometimes I'll make me a smoothie and put it in one of these glasses. I actually need a wine glass, but nevertheless, hopefully it's not too loud in the back. But we can actually get started with the book club. I am doing it this way from now on because I want people to be able to watch back on it, to catch up, to still follow along with the book club, even if you are not able to make it there the day of. So I just decided to host it on YouTube. And then if you're not comfortable like sharing your screen and you just want to type in the chat, I know a lot of the times it's on like a Sunday, a weekend. We don't really want to be on. I know my job has Zoom. We don't really want to be on Zoom or on camera all day. So we're going to do it in this format. If you guys are already on my book club platform, I'm actually going to leave the link here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the link here. If you want to join the platform, that's where you can join the platform. And what I'm going to start doing is every time we start a new book, I'm going to have a chat where we can talk about the actual book as we're reading. Again, if you're not able to make it, because I know we have to see live. So the book we're reading is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. It's a brown girl classic. She wrote a couple other books called The Song of Solomon and Beloved. So I've heard good things about it, and I just decided this would be a really nice book to follow up with after. I'm sorry, y'all. My background is crazy. Let me actually hold on. Let me go cut my wash machine off because I know it's annoying. Okay, so this was around real class. So the previous book we read was The House of Eve, and if you haven't read that, I highly recommend. It was a historical fiction, so it was set in Philly in about the early, like the mid late 1900s, and it was about a girl, two different women. It was about pretty much family, um, and a little bit of racial things in there, not too heavy, but it was a nice read. I liked it a lot from my contrast of like I started off reading like Ashley Antoinette books, which is urban fiction, so it was a nice contrast for me, like something in the same house, get it, in the same realm, but it still had a little bit of drama, but it was written very eloquently, and I like how she writes, but how she kind of engages us throughout the story. I thought it was interesting. So, Bluest Eye is not a historical fiction. I'm not actually sure. I know it's a fiction because all the books we read are fiction, but I'm not sure what type of fiction it is. So what we're gonna do is how this usually works is if they're we usually I usually catch up, see how y'all doing in the first half. We do a little chatting, and y'all can just let me know if y'all watching a replay, if y'all watching it now, how y'all feeling in the chat, what's been going on this week, how's work, if you have kids, school, wherever you're at in life, how's everything going? I would love to know how you guys are doing. Because at the end of the day, this is a community. I don't want us to be strangers. So, say hey, maybe introduce yourself, say what's been going on this weekend, where you're from, what you do, what's your favorite book. Just throw some things in the chat just to get a little conversation going. You guys all know my name's Deshay. So I'll give. I don't want this to mess up my sleep patterns, yo. So I'm not trying to drink too much. It's a little late. So after I tend to typically like to have a period of time where if we read the book prior to, we're all discussing. Now, one of mine from the previous, I guess you could say like previous book or cohort, that would be nice. Arranging these in cohorts. That'll be really nice. Um, Recommended that we all kind of like stay on the same pace because it was kind of like you show up, you read, and we are all on different paces. I wanted this to be very easygoing. I don't want this to be something you feel like you have to do homework. Like, I don't want it to be pressure at all, but I do think it is worth us being on the same page. So this week, we're going to read, I want us to read, because the books typically span a couple of like a couple of weeks, so about a month. If it's a larger book, like our previous book, I'll push it back a few weeks, so it'll roll over into the next month. The last book we had was pretty long, so I did push it back. But this book, we're going to just it should last because we started in the middle. I gave us a break, so let me rewind. I typically like the books to spend about a month time to give y'all some time to read. But if the book is, like I said, if the book is thicker, we'll push it back so it doesn't seem rushed. And then I'll typically give time this in between books. So again, it doesn't feel rushed. So the way this book is it's not a huge read at all. Everybody reads at different paces, but I still think it'll be worth going on to around November 6th because y'all, I got a lot I'm doing this month. It's my birthday month. And I'm really honing into like slowing things down. Um, Aside from what society or culture teaches us, I've been this way for a minute now. I'll probably say for a year. This is a tangent, but for a year or two, I've been really wanting to embrace things like, and these are terms. I don't want it to get confused that I'm following trends, because this came from the idea of me just wanting to slow down. Came from some free game that an elder gave me when I was in a season in my life, that kind of opened my eyes a little bit. But a lot of my life is starting to look a lot more like the soft life, slowing down, like against hustle culture and taking your time with things and still being good at it, or obsessing over like quality. And so I know I'm reading Slow Productivity is one of the books that I'm reading. I'm reading a lot of books. Like I'm reading The Power of Positive Thinking on the side. Okay. Just to help with mindset. I started off reading a lot of personal development books, but I steered away from them because of like my like moral beliefs. I believe a lot of these personal development books implement spiritual beliefs that doesn't align with mine. So I kind of got rid of a lot of those types of books. This one is based specifically on the Bible, the Bible, which is where my moral beliefs and my values come from, or I try to have them come from. You know, so I really this is an exception to the rule. A few books are exceptions, but I don't take a lot of. But that's what I'm reading, and Slow Productivity. But let's focus on this book here. We are going to read. I'm going to give us about. I like for these sessions to go for about an hour. Right now, probably be 30 minutes. So we'll read for like 20 minutes. And oh wow, this is new. Let me do some math really quickly, y'all. Give me a second. My phone was right here. I'm gonna do some math. Oh, yo, I just thought before we get into that, if you are watching this, do a couple shameless plugs here. If you guys are looking for candles, I just launched my candle brand for my 28th birthday. It gives very luxurious, again, soft life that I was talking about. Very luxurious, very feminine. They're very soft. They don't do too much, you know. You guys can go to Rose and Embers or find me on any of my social medias, which is my name, Disha Q. And you'll find it in my bio. But let's go back to the book. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break it down because this book doesn't look like it has chapters, or the chapters look kind of crazy. I'm not used to this. I'm intrigued. I love a little difference. It looks like it's about 200 pages. 200 pages. Let me see if this is. Give me a second, y'all. Yep, 200 pages. Okay. Let me see. Sulia, I'm not pronouncing it right. She made a couple other books. Okay. Okay, this doesn't have a number on it. 206. Okay. I multiply that. So I'm going to divide that by 51 pages a week. We might do 5 weeks. 6 weeks. 35 pages. How does that sound? 35 pages a week. How does that sound, y'all? So we can, motivate you guys. Hopefully this book is, the whole goal is to get women back into slowing down their life, enjoying the simple things in life, the little things in life, finding enjoyment, enjoying that. And reading is one of them. I just learned, I've been on this, during my weekends, I try to find things that I find joy in. Reading, of course, is one of them. But I just learned that there's a such thing of there's a such thing as low dopamine activities and high dopamine activities. High dopamine activities are things, just to kind of give you guys an idea. This is an unhealthy high dopamine activity, but social media. So it's something typically when you get a reward from it. Something that you do and you get an immediate reward from it. So think, scrolling through social media, our brains, we get immediate rewards from liking, commenting, all those types of things. And sometimes exercise. And low dopamine activities are things like reading or things like taking walks in a park where there is no sort of instant gratification. So my hopes is that this can be a low dopamine activity for you guys, and you can kind of have some balance within your weekends outside of like the hustle and bustle of work and taking care of kids. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, y'all tune in. Hopefully, we can get some balance here. So, we're going to read the first 34 pages together. I'm going to give us 35 minutes. We can do 30, we can do 30, 34, 33 around that page number. So what time is it? We got 16. 16 plus 30. Okay, so at about the hour mark, so set your timers. If you're watching the replay, I'm going to personally set a timer here, and I'm going to turn my camera off. And in an ideal world, I would just play some jazz. How's my watch machine still work? I'm going to play some jazz, and I'm going to hold y'all accountable, and we're going to read the first 34 pages together. I want you guys to enjoy yourself, but just take mental notes of the things that stood out to you, the things that you found interesting, any commentary. If you feel like you got to write it down, go ahead and do it. But after that, we'll come back and during our next session together and talk about those 34 pages, and then we'll read again and do the same thing again until we finish the book. The next session we can start off with commentary and then go into reading. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? So the more y'all come, the more y'all start to get the flow. But let me shut up. Y'all can mute your mics, turn on some music, do whatever y'all do. Focus on reading, and I will see y'all in about 35 minutes.